I should really probably stop filming these, like, at bedtime, but I meant to film it earlier, and, well, I ended up going out and doing other things. So, here we are with the third vlog, theoretically. I mean, there were two before, so this is the third, although, you know, technically it's the second, because the first one was an intro, and the could be the first, because this one's going to be about Freshers' Week, which was the first week of university, so depending on which way you want to look at it, depends which one this is. But enough rambling there. Right, Freshers' Week, which has gone by, and to be honest, I've forgotten quite a lot of it, but, you know, never mind. I'll just run by what I do remember on this little list here. Put some random things on a list. You can't actually see me pointing. Here it is. Anyway, right. Arrived at uni, sorted out my room and everything, and had lunch, and blah, 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 blah. Then Mum and Kelly left. And then there was a long period of time where kind of very little happened. I think I had a nap, actually. I was really shattered. I don't know why. But when I got up, I went to the Freshers' Bar Crawl, which was designed for everyone to meet and, you know, get together and get drunk together, which is what young people do nowadays. At the Freshers' Bar Crawl, I met the Pirate Society, which turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to me on that night. It was fantastic. I was technically kidnapped, but I was perfectly willing to go along, so, you know, there's a little bit of deliberation over that. But, yes, I went with them and had an amazing night. I also met up with them the next night and had another amazing night. And probably, yeah, a few nights after that, I've been hanging out with them. And the great thing about them is they're linked to several other societies. Through them, I've also met the majority of the Rock and Metal Society, which pretty much all of them belong to, and members of the Anime and SFX, which is Science Fiction Extreme Society. So all the sorts of fun societies that I like generally enjoy. I met loads of people from. Also, you meet loads of freshers and loads of new people, you know, like me. And, you know, I met just so many people just through them because they're so loud and everyone gets drawn to them. And since I was with them, people were drawn to me and I got to meet them. And it was just so many friends. That's what I need to stress about Freshers' Week is the number of people and the number of friends that I made. Many, 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 many. So that's the Pirate Society, kind of mixed with the Rock Society. I think I shall go on now to Tuesday, which was my birthday. Thank you everyone for your lovely texts and cards and presents if you sent them. I got them and they were very, very, very nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But for my birthday, again, mostly the Pirate Society, now mainly known as, my main friends are Sam, Kieran, Kate, Mark, Greg, Heather, or a few others. But they're the main ones, and they took me down to the Hobgoblin, which is a pub in town. We had a few drinks there, and then after the Hobgoblin, we went to the Lady Luck, which is apparently a much better bar, directly across the road, but more expensive, but a lot better. Better drinks and nicer people and better atmosphere. So that was awesome. I bought like 2 drinks in the whole night. The rest of them were bought for me by people. Because what the great thing was is I would meet random people, like new people, and they'd be like, "Oh, hi, who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Emily." Because I wore my like ringleader's outfit, so I looked really weird. And they're like, "You look awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, it's my birthday." And they were like, they'd buy me drinks. I'd met them just then, and they'd go, "Oh, it's your birthday. We'll buy you a drink." It was fantastic. It was just so many friends. I cannot explain. Anyway, next main thing would be the society fair, which is where I wandered around and officially joined the mailing list of a few other societies. So I obviously joined the Anime and SFX Society, which I already was pretty much inducted into. The not the Pirate Society because they weren't there, because they're a really unofficial society. If you join them officially, they think less of you because they're like, why? Because we're pirates. The whole point of us is that we're random. But the Rock Society, I joined. I accidentally joined the Beer and Cider Appreciation Society. I was meant to join the Rock one, but they were on the same table, and I got confused and signed the wrong mailing list. So I'm part of that, or part of their mailing list. I probably won't partake because I don't like beer or cider. What else? There were several others. The Drama Society, obviously. The Musical Theatre Society. I ended up also joining the Gay and Lesbian Society because I met the girl who ran it at my birthday, actually, and she complimented my hat. So I joined her society, Gay and Lesbian. Also, there were others. I'm sure there are others. I cannot remember for the life of me. I tried to find the Circus Society. They weren't there. I looked for them, couldn't find them. Have since found them, but couldn't find them at the time. I'm sure there were others. Can't remember. Never mind. I'll get the list another time and tell you more, but I'll update you with which ones I actually go to and which ones I sort of don't and filter out. On that note, the next day was the Society showcase in Origins, which is the bar at Darwin. Darwin, Origins of Species. It's so clever. But yeah, they had a show on where each society sort of did a little bit of what they do in a show, and it was all very cool. And from that, I got tempted into a couple of others. As I said, I met Hayley. Hayley Bourne. Well, I don't know if that's a surname. I can't remember. I thought there was something odd about her surname. But Hayley, yeah, Mrs. Bourne's daughter, who was part of the Pole Fitness Society, which she strongly suggested I go to, and I've just realised I forgot to go to today. Damn it! I'll have to make sure to go to that on Thursday. But yeah, she strongly suggested I go to that, which I might do. It sounds like a bit fun. Give it a try. If I don't like it, I won't go anymore. Also tempted into one of the dancing societies. They were amazing. I know you have to practice to be that good, but they looked very fun. We're now on Saturday night was the alternative Freshers Ball, which was the thing is the Freshers Ball turned out that it was going to be a silent disco rather than a proper ball, which is why I didn't go to it, because the silent disco just didn't sound like the sort of thing I wanted to go to. So I went to the alternative Freshers Ball instead, where all my new friends were, and had an amazing time. My neck still hurts a little bit from headbanging to like all the metal bands and everything. And you've never seen so much hair, seriously. So many of the guys have really long hair. They let it down, like headbang, and it flies everywhere. It was hilarious, really funny. But it was, again, fantastic. So many good bands. I had just such a fun time. Went back to the Pirate Society. The majority of them, like Sam, Kieran, Mark, Greg, Heather, and Kate, all live in one house. And so they invited me back to their house that night. And so did several of the bands went back to that house because, like, the bands know the rock society who organise it. So Mark, who's like the main leader, organised it, and so the bands came back to his, and I went back as well. So talked to some of the bands and like made some more friends, and stayed over that night as well. Which it was just again a great night. It lasted pretty much for ages, which meant that Sunday was pretty much spent recovering and thinking, God, okay, this is my last day of Freshers Week. Oh dear, I have things to do tomorrow, and sort of freaking out and running about and thinking, God, is there anything I have to do before tomorrow? Turned out there really wasn't. But yeah, that was pretty much Freshers Week in just under 10 minutes. Go me! As a very run-down version, details left out and lots of rambling put in. Probably not so good. From now on will be weekly, maybe more if something really good happens one day. Top-ups of my day. Of my weeks, sorry. What I've been up to, how things have been doing, how things have been going, if anything terrible has happened or if anything great has happened. That's what they will be. Hopefully, if this works. If this doesn't work, then, which it probably won't, technology hates me. But here I am, nicely tucked up in bed, so I am going to leave you, and it is... Oh god, it's like 10 to 1. I think I'm going to go to bed now. Fortunately, no lectures tomorrow. Tomorrow is all banking stuff, NatWest stuff, doing my printer, reading some books and doing some work. Yeah, pretty much that. So, thank you for listening, watching, and I shall see you in the next blog. So, good night.